This is a island that at its widest level is what, 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level, the smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that. The Guam population, I think, currently about 175,000, and again, with 8,000 Marines and their families, it's an addition of about 25,000 more into the population.
The whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
January 6, 2021 will never be forgotten, an infamous day in American history. MAGA Republicans descended upon the Capitol, engaged in an insurrection. They occupied the Capitol. 5 people were killed, hundreds injured, including hundreds of Capitol Hill police officers attacked and bludgeoned. It was a day that we'll never forget. And people on the local level at affected school board meetings, they won't forget the MAGA Republicans descending on their school board meetings after January 6th. Like January 6th, disrupting meetings. It was a coordinated attack happening across the country. Americans won't forget about it. School board members, teachers, administrators subjected to violence, threats of violence, harassment, intimidation. And in response to that, the National School Boards Association sent a letter to the Biden administration seeking federal help. Things had gotten so far out of hand. And by the way, there's not one scintilla of evidence, either direct or indirect, that there was any coordination between the Biden administration and the National School Boards Association that caused that letter to be sent seeking federal assistance. And so in response to that request,
we got
same energy, really.
I got a call. I'm calling for a complete and full shutdown of Georgia until we figure out what's going on down there.
It makes me nervous.
I would say, knowing that the state of Georgia elected that same motherfucker to Congress, how does that make you feel about the governor's election coming up here in November?
Well, so I just I looked online to see where he's from. He's from District 4, and District 4 is like
that's the shipping district, right? That's where Dayton, they have all the
DeKalb, Gwinnett. That's more or less, I think, Atlanta. Gwinnett County, I think, is Atlanta, which makes sense that you would get a retard like that.
We're not ending the show. Even I am saying we're not ending the show yet. Well, Facebook user, somebody says Herschel's going to turn it all around, though.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does.
Is that Magoo? It's got to be Magoo. He's the only one that knows that brain dead guy is. I mean, I don't know. Is Herschel Walker that much better? I mean, he's. I feel like he's just going to be taking marching orders from whoever. Because I don't know.
I guess it depends on who he's taking those orders from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it matter? I mean, really?
If he's taking marching
that-
orders, well, I don't like to see a man take marching orders from a woman. But if he aligns with MTG, then
Yeah, I doubt it. Oh, I don't think he would actually. I don't know. Maybe he will. I'm not hopeful for anything.
you look like you're looking at something real seriously right now.
Is it
Can't
my
tell
bad
if it's
eyes?
me or
Is it my bad eyes? No,
what's
I'm trying
going
to pull
on
up.
here.
I'm trying to pull up the map to see just where things are in see if it is Atlanta. I'm pretty sure it is. It's just on the outskirts maybe.
Look at the bowl of alphabet soup, and that's the best Herschel quote you'll get. Well, I am the runner of the show, so let's see what I can find here.
So Johnson, that guy has been there since 2007.
Yeah, when did he say the capsize thing?
I was about
God,
to
I
say
don't
that's
know.
not that long ago, but that's 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that's
so.
almost 2 decades. Like
Seems like a
that's
long time to me.
So the district is anchored in Atlanta's inner eastern suburbs, including Decatur, Conyers, Lithonia, Lilburn, and a sliver of Atlanta itself. So, he's one of only 3 Buddhists to have served in the United States Congress. He's Buddhist.
Well, if he's Buddhist, he should just chill out about worrying about islands tipping over. Aren't they supposed to be Zen about everything?
Maybe that island dilemma fits into his worldview of how the world was created, and maybe he's like a flat earther, and Guam is just like a little baby turtle, something. Is that right?
I think that's
Do
the
the Buddhists
explanation.
believe in turtles?
I don't know. Also, I'd be more concerned of the island tipping over if Buddha himself were on one end of it.
Yeah.
I don't recall there being anything specific about turtles in the Dhammapada. I might have glossed over that part because it wasn't all that interesting, but I don't remember coming across a whole lot of turtle quotes there.
Well, I know there's turtles there somewhere. Some I don't know. He scares me. And it's not actually him. It's just like the fact that he could be there for 15 years, right? That there's not even a better Democratic candidate that they would put up to primary this clown, right? I'm not thinking, there's going to be some Republican that walks into Atlanta and takes his seat, but even a Democrat, I understand, you don't want to primary somebody and lose a seat and blah, 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 blah. But there comes a point where he's got to pull the plug on some of these morons.
I do agree with the sentiment that we need to just shut Georgia down until we can figure this shit out. Because there have been others that you'll see, they'll be on television or something talking, and then when they get done, it says where they're from, and they're from Georgia, and you go and you look them up and you find out what district they're from in Georgia, and it's all of the people who are around Atlanta. That's where most of them come from, and they're all retarded, completely retarded. Which
Dude,
I did an episode about this a year ago that they're inner city Atlanta, they have one of the highest high school graduation rates in the country, and under 40% of their graduates are actually literate. Less than 40% of their high school graduates can actually read and write. So they're just ramming these kids through school and not actually teaching them anything. They're yeah, we got the highest graduation rates in the nation. Nobody can actually read, write, do anything. They're functionally retarded, but hey, we got them through high school, right? We gave them a diploma.
If they can't read, what do you think they do when they go to fill out their ballot? They just look for they recognize the letter D. And they just, do that. Or?
They teach. I bet they only teach them the letter D. They're this is the only thing that matters when you go to vote. You just hit the D. Nothing else needs to be worried about.
See, and I've said
We're
this
gonna
before,
rename the
like
show "Hit the D."
Atlanta, most of the population that's coming into Atlanta, and this, I don't know, older or whatever, but it's from like New York City, Chicago, and Detroit. And I think really we're just getting like the rejects from those cities. So it's like it just you have this area. It's just like a vacuum, and it just sucks all the intelligence out of the air. It's just it's like a black hole of intellect.
As if Atlanta wasn't bad enough with just the general population there. Anyway, then you get to add all those on top of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a wonder Atlanta hasn't devolved into full on like Jackson, Mississippi yet.
Well, I think.
Are you getting enough of the? Are you getting enough of the affluent white, like liberal rejects that they at least keep stuff running?
I think there's some of that, and I think Atlanta's bigger than Jacksonville, and I think Georgia itself is probably wealthier, like the other parts of Georgia, right, are wealthier than the other parts of Mississippi. So there's a bigger tax base to get your money from. Like if you go up to North Georgia, like it's all like pretty expensive stuff, So I wonder about that, how much taxes we have to throw at Atlanta. And like Atlanta's like, I don't know. I've heard it like the new like Black Wall Street or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of like black communities or businesses, and they're trying to make it like I don't know, an economic city for black people or something. So you got to wonder too how much like there probably are some like intelligent people in the city that live there but like they have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I'm rambling. I say burn a third time.
Well, Sherman tried this.
Yeah.
But came back.
Didn't burn enough.
Well, that's the problem. Is it came back what it is now? I think if it had come back as it was before, probably be all right.
Probably.
Are there any cities?
You following? Are you tracking where I'm going with this here?
I got you.
This is why we won't get back on YouTube.
Like that's what the North.
Right. Look at
That's
his.
what the North
Look what
did.
he
Like they
named the
marched.
show.
Jesus.
That's what they did. That's what the North did. They marched through the South. They burned all these cities, and then they replaced everybody in these cities with a bunch of fucking Yankees and started running it Yankee style and subverted the big cities. So that's why you see the way things are now is like rural is the way to go. Otherwise, you're going to be in like transplanted Yankee land. I mean, it's like it's not conservative and Democrat. It's not Republican and conservative and progressive. It's not Republican and Democrat. It's fucking North and South. We draw the line there and take those Yankee bitches and send them back the fuck home. Round them all up, put them on a plane, and dump them on Martha's Vineyard. Oh wait, that's other people.
I came from New England more or less, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I can leave. I can walk. I can walk. That's cool.
That's fine. You can come up to Michigan if you want. Wow, actually.
Disconnect right now.
Answer a few questions on my questionnaire, and then I'll let you go to Michigan.
You let Brad in, so I imagine I'll get in. No problem.
I didn't let him in. He snuck in like a gay that he is.
I got
slipped in the back door.
I want to rephrase that.
It just
I can't
slid right down that upper peninsula and.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, are there any like sizable cities that are red or that are run efficiently or not efficiently? And I don't want to, but are conservative. So is it the cities themselves? Is it like the fact that they attract the blue crowd, like the people that need the handouts, so that they go and they vote for it, or is it because that's do the social programs beget the city? Which one is the chicken and the egg kind of thing?
I think they go hand in hand, honestly.
But
like the cities are more conducive to that, and the people who, I don't know. I don't like it's. I don't think there is a first on that. I think it's the two work perfectly in parallel with each other or to each other. Yeah, in tandem. That's it.
For the longest time,
I like my bike.
the city that I'm in was actually it's like a mid-sized city. Like all of the areas around it are red and kind of influenced it, so it's not like super crazy, but it's been fading slowly, as one would expect. But on my street alone, like I got the thin blue line flag, I got a gay flag, I got a.
What just happened to your juice? Wow. Like Justin just hit somebody or something.
I hit a speed bump.
Sure was.
Okay. Sure.
I love you. I love you. Bye. I love you.
Bye. Love you guys.
This is a wholesome moment.
He always walks in front. I'm always tempted to
just hit him.
Oh, can you see her?
Yeah, don't forget her back there.
Clock him.
I don't want you leaving your kids in the car and cooking them, you know.
Hey, if you were to hit him with your car, it might prepare him for football a little more. He's gone.
Say what? On the back side of the school, the service cuts out for some reason.
I said if you were going to hit him, it would prepare him for football.
My school is like that too.
He's not going to play football. He doesn't have the grades for football. He's currently only passing PE.
That sounds like the only grade you need to play football.
If he's good enough, they let him around that. They find a way.
Okay, sure.
Or is that just in Georgia?
No, well, yeah. I don't know.
You think Herschel Walker had the grades to play at Georgia?
Probably. I mean,
he seems like a smart guy.
I think he probably was at one point in time, but you smash your head into the wall enough.
Yeah, maybe we'll just gonna,
kill
even with potential CTE. I mean, he's light years smarter than old Johnson.
Yeah, no, that'd be a no-brainer. I guess he's I don't know if he went to high school. He's from like right up the road from me. Herschel.
You should go volunteer for the campaign.
No.
They're like, no, we're good, man. Just like support us quietly.
Did y'all see my tweet about the ads that I've seen for Herschel and for Warnock?
No.
So
tell us what
I've been watching Hulu and I'm working on it. I've been watching Hulu and I don't pay for ad-free Hulu, so I've been getting ads, and I get an equal mix of Herschel Walker ads and Raphael Warnock ads, and I swear to God they are produced by the same person. Like if you look at the clips and episodes and stuff that I put together when I was doing a lot of work for different podcasts and stuff, like you could tell that I had a certain style, and I would always kind of go back to that on the different clips for different shows. Like it wasn't deliberate, but I would go back and watch stuff and be like, yeah, I definitely do all of these like in the same way.
Yeah.
And when I watch the Warnock ads and I watch the Herschel Walker ads, they are the exact same styling. They're like, it's the same people that are making all of these ads. I'm almost 100% convinced. Like stylistically, they're almost identical. Like if you turned off the volume and didn't hear which candidate they're bad mouthing, you would think it's the same ad.
So are you saying all black people look the same?
I think that's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they even use like the same clips and pictures from the state of Georgia in both ads, like because they show like the state house or whatever. Like they show different stuff. Like I'm almost positive they use the exact same pictures for.
They probably
both
just
ads.
let's go to the public domain and just jack some stuff and throw in some verbiage and call it a day. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like the ads don't matter. Everybody's already decided. You know who you're going to vote for. Like I doubt there's like even 5% of people that are voting haven't decided whether they're going to vote for Warnock or Walker yet. You know?
Last night, 2 separate ads came on. One was pro Gretchen Whitmer. The other one was pro Tudor Dixon. And my friend was like, you know what? Tudor Dixon is hotter than Gretchen Whitmer. I'm going to vote for her this year. I was like, you go for it, man. So there are some who are swayed.
Yes.
I was like, please, like, put that on Facebook and tag all of our lefty friends because they always get upset when he does that.
This is,
Oh, God,
I
yes,
thought this
that'd
was
be
the quarterback.
This was not the quarterback.
Thought you had a winner.
Who's the quarterback voting for?
Whoever Mark tells her to, if she knows
yeah.
it's good for her.
Tudor, I don't have any other response. I never found the bowl of alphabet soup. I don't know if Facebook users are still watching or not.
Yeah, alphabets. I thought he was talking about
just
cereal.
putting
I
alphabet
didn't
Herschel
read it.
Walker, like, and I would get it, but unless this is like a Pizzagate thing where he's trying to send me down something I don't want to see.
No,
it's a joke.
It's words. He's just words.
It's a joke. A bowl of alphabet soup is going to give you a better quote than anything you get from Herschel Walker. Like, it's a joke that Herschel Walker's dumb. How are you not getting that? I thought you were the intellectual on the show, Mark.
I didn't get that joke.
You didn't? Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, and that's the bit. Oh, okay.
I thought it was like.
I get it now. I thought
it was like one of my jokes. He's just ignoring.
Mark's been actually looking for a Herschel Walker and a bowl of alphabet soup video this whole time.
I have been. I have heard that joke. Now that I look at it.
Oh my God!
Can we cut
All
this
right,
show
next
off?
topic. We gotta move on. We've all the talk
I'm
about
just
the
used to people
retarded Georgia.
telling us to look up stuff. You tell me to do it. Whatever. What do you want me to look up?
All the talk of retarded Georgia politicians has seeped into Mark's brain, and he's getting dumber as we go. Let's move on to talking about
the butt baby.
What? No.
Who is it that's shipping?
Did you see that? Did you see that?
No.
Oh.
Who is it that's shipping immigrants to Martha's Vineyard on a plane? Was that DeSantis?
I believe so.
And or Abbott. I think they were both shipping people, but I don't know.
Yeah, Abbott was busing them to Chicago, New York, and DC, and and DeSantis is throwing them on a plane and giving them a one-way trip to Martha's Vineyard. So to play the Karine Jean-Pierre talking about how terrible that is. I think that's fucking hilarious too.
All right, well, you're gonna have to talk amongst yourselves real quick.
Okay.
So is this like I've seen a lot of the lefty, the blue checks talking about how this is like human trafficking and violates some code, some law, because they're like helping illegals move across state lines. I saw it's kind of interesting. I'm like, well, I guess you could get yourself caught up with that. I wonder if they ever would go after them for that.
But what are they going to do then? Like, I mean, they going to go round them all up and deport them, or like? No,
but they go after DeSantis, or they go after Abbott and say like, you did this, leave them there, because now they're in sanctuary cities, you can't do anything. But in the meantime, we're going to make an example of you, filthy Republicans, sending these illegals to our precious cities. That'll work as well as all of the attempts to go after Trump. Like they're going to. Oh well, yeah. That's what it seems like, but it's I don't know. Well, all right. What's the dumb bitch have to say?
What I could say, and I've been very clear, it is a political stunt.
Oh shit.
And
Republican governors in particular. What I could say, and I've been very clear, it is a political stunt. That's what we're seeing from governors, Republican governors in particular. And it is a cruel, inhumane way of treating people who are fleeing communism. People and we're not just talking about people, we're talking about children, we're talking about families who are promised a home, promised a job, put on a bus, and driven to a place that they do not know. And it is a cruel thing to do. What I could say, and I've been very
So
Why would they be trying to escape communism? I thought communism was like great. That's what we need more of, right?
Well,
they're escaping the wrong kind of communism. That's not real communism.
I gotcha.
I don't know, man.
They're being sent to a place they don't know. Like, nigga, what? They're already walking to a place they don't know. Everything
They've taken
about
multiple
this is a place
vacations to Florida. They know the outlay of the city there, Miami or whatever. They had home, they had family. They just kidnapped them and put them on a plane and sent them to Obama's backyard.
Jesus.
Now, so what is this promise of a job and a home?
Yeah, that was interesting. Is this the FDR administration?
No, I say nobody promised them that. And in fact, I'm pretty sure Kamala Harris stood up there on fucking stage and said, "Don't come. We don't have we don't have a place for you. Stay away."
Is she saying though that like DeSantis promised them, like if you go to Martha's Vineyard, you'll find a job and home? I
mean, that's what these sanctuary cities are supposedly promising them. So that's what they're ensuring them. Like, instead, this isn't actually cruel and inhumane. Cruel and inhumane is throwing them in the cages. And just because they made the cages look pretty doesn't make them any less cages. And those were the cages that Mayorkas had built when he was head of the Department of Homeland Security under Obama. And then they put Mayorkas in charge of whatever his job is now with the State Department, and where he gets to double down on building more cages and like being even more brutal with the enforcement of putting the people in the cages. So they're actually doing them a favor. Like, they're putting them on a bus and sending them to a sanctuary city instead of sticking them in the cages that the Obama administration built.
Yeah, I also think it's probably more inhumane to, after they've spent the money and they've taken the risk, to put them on a plane in the middle of the night and send them back to their home country, which I think the Biden administration has done multiple times.
Well, like somebody pointed out that this is actually by doing this, the ones that are like effectively being legitimately being human trafficked and brought here by coyotes and whatnot, like by removing them from that situation, sticking them on a bus or on a plane and sending them to a sanctuary city, it's removing them from that very dangerous situation. Like, now they don't have to worry about a coyote or something like that, like a legitimate human trafficker coming after them.
Do you think good? Just look all pissed off, why don't you? I was just wondering, these migrants, they're not getting a check from Soros Enterprises because they don't really have an address. So do you think they're just getting like direct deposit? Do they have phones?
It's only a matter of time before they get a phone.
Get that Obama phone, baby.
Or do you think Soros just writes, "I owe you this, just join the caravan," and they trust him because it's a big old number?
It probably gives them like a new pair of shoes when they get on. Like there's probably things along the way. You know, new shoes at the beginning of the caravan. 100 miles in, you get like a new shirt. 500 miles, you got a hat.
Bless you.
Wow, that was awful. What happened? Are you okay?
I felt the sneeze coming on.
You hit a speed bump.
And then I realized that I didn't hit mute. I was like, oh, I could go hit mute. And I'm like, no, I can't make it in time.
Too late
so
now.
I just kind of
let it fly.
Do you think the cartels will go to like Martha's Vineyard now and just like assume all like Hispanic folks are owe them something? Like, are we setting up like gangs?
That would be a wild scene.
Like MS-13 is now going to rule Martha's Vineyard.
There have been a lot.
I have seen a lot
of stuff coming from these sanctuary cities talking about how terrible it is that they're doing this. Like they were real keen on, yes, send us all the immigrants. We'll take them all. We want them to be here, until they actually start sending them there and taking them all. And then they're like, this is really fucking up our culture and our society and the economy here in the city. And like, this isn't a good thing. Y'all shouldn't be doing this. It's like, yeah, we've been telling y'all that for some fucking years.
What was that? Did you see that clip with the mayor of Martha's Vineyard?
Oh yeah.
Like
Man, I wish I should have pulled that one. Yeah, that one was like, that was like all the right wing talking points, only from, the leftist mayor of Martha's Vineyard.
I couldn't. I was like, wow, like the cognitive dissonance there is just, it's like, good gracious.
Oops, phone fell over.
What the? But I don't know, man. Whatever, it's gonna happen. I mean, I don't know.
What's going to happen?
You know, I don't know. All
right, hang on.
People moving is just like.
We got to put together the drinking game rules for tomorrow night, because we're going to be doing a night before tomorrow, and I think like rule number 1 is every time Clyde says I don't know, you have to take a drink.
That's like my go-to though.
I don't know, man.
Every time I say speaking of, you take a drink.
See, I've learned.
Anytime a joke goes over my head.
I think
every time Dag turns his camera off, you take a drink.
Oh boy.
If you say, like, I say I don't know, and it kind of like qualifies it as this, like, it's just a thought, it's not fact. Like, don't quote me, don't, I'll follow my ways. It's just food for thought.
It's I think in that cartoon I sent you guys yesterday, I don't know precedes a word. Justin likes to say
I'm at the gas station, like pumping gas, and I got it on, and it starts like going. I was like, okay. I turned it down a little bit, and then it got to the real risky parts. And I thought, ooh boy, I don't know about this. I'm looking around, making sure nobody can hear me.
My favorite line of that was, I don't know how much further we can take this.
I got more I can send you guys later. That sounds weird.
Yeah, it does. Certainly does, but that's okay.
What else do we have in the chat?
There's something Clyde sent that I'm kind of worried to pull up. What is this right here? You see it?
Yes.
Do I play
What is it? Just play it. Fuck it.
Oh boy.
It's not like we're gonna get taken down off of YouTube again.
The guy's a towelhead. Like, I don't know where
It's
this
not.
is.
He's British. It wasn't anything. He's just talking about like the algorithms. It doesn't matter. The algorithms that social media use, and he was talking particularly about TikTok, and they all kind of reflect on what you click on what you do, on what your perceived likes are. That I think to some degree you've had to give them a little bit of cheese along the trail to help them find it. But you're saying with TikTok, like the algorithms in Western nations, particularly the UK and US, are more like the stuff that gets you wound up, the stuff that kind of pushes kids down these paths of retardation, eating Tide Pods, choking themselves out, all this stuff. But if you look at the algorithms in China, they're getting videos of kids doing like great things, like being successful, achieving things, working at things, positive aspects of like what you should be doing, of how to become a better person. Whereas the Western nations are getting this dumbed down, like it's cool to be a dumbass kind of thing. I just thought it was interesting, kind of,
Country made TikTok.
Play it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it anyway.
I would have saved you the. Yeah. time of talking. Just
You call them British, and I'm curious as to how this
China.
British.
Do you know that China controls the algorithm of what you see? Do you know this? If you're in America and you open up TikTok, if you're in Britain and you open up TikTok, there is a specific algorithm to reach you that is not in China. If you're in China and you open up TikTok, what the Chinese government wants you to receive as youth, as people using TikTok, are people who are doing good things, achievements, youth making social enterprise, youth becoming successful in math competitions, youth becoming masters of karate, youth doing something with their life. And you are rewarded. That algorithm is that the Chinese government makes you see positive things for social development. Did you know here and in the United States, China, send you a different algorithm? Do you know what they send you? All the nonsense that you see. They want you to see girls dancing, boys and girls dancing with each other, pranks upon your parents, pranks upon people. How many pranks do you see? Yeah, I'm not saying it's not funny. Some of them are downright hilarious. But if you want to destroy a nation, destroy a generation, you make them in their mind be rewarded with the dopamine for thinking stupid things are good, thinking that this is what you're supposed to grow up doing. A large proportion of people grow up thinking that this is what life is about. But in China, they don't let their children think that. Next time you open up TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and you see this, understand that you are being played.
I like this guy.
Yeah, it was one of those things that kind of caught me. I was like, huh, you think about that, you know. And you know, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, it's all like US based, but at the same time, like, you know, is your own government not doing that to make you more malleable, to you know, keep you out of the way? Yeah.
It's called is it fourth generational warfare?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's right. I believe that's right. And like you see that, how often do they ask kids, like, what do they want to do with their life, like when they grow up and stuff, and how frequently now it's shifting to like be a YouTuber or be like TikTok famous or something like that's what these kids now aspire to, is to be a media personality of some sort. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like we're like we do, you know, YouTube channels and podcasts.
That's good.
None of us are trying to be famous or make a career out of this. Like we do this because we like to talk to.
Right.
Well,
been waiting for those 43 more subs so we can get super chats. All right, 943 more subs. Excuse me.
I only come with my best. You know, I bring my best effort every day.
Yeah, we know.
Once we get 43 more subs, then we can set our custom URL. But we still need another 900 after that to get the super chats. So.
I got my numbers mixed up.
Oh Lord!
Hey, we'll get there one of these days. You know what we need to do is if we do a Dave Smith friend or fed, that'll get us the attention we're looking for.
That's been covered for 5 hours. I don't know if we have anything else to add. I saw an alarming thing the other day.
God.
About how most plumbers and mechanics and electricians are like in their 60s, 50s, 60s. Did you see this too?
Yeah, I've been. Go ahead.
Like nobody wants to like enter this workforce, obviously, because these are like vocations that are denigrated and whatnot. But that doesn't bode well for our future.
Yeah, I've been looking at these stats for like I'm trying to remember how far back I was looking at. It's like 8 years or something, but it's been on a steady decline. Like those demographics are getting way older, and a lot of them, the only reason that they haven't retired yet is because there is nobody else to do it. Like they have attempted to retire and keep getting drugged back out of retirement because there's nobody else to do the job. And like young kids aren't going into it because like, especially with like plumbing, like that's been kind of turned into this like second class job that like, if you're a plumber, you're some dumb, useless person. The same for just general electricians and stuff like that. Like if you don't have like an electrical engineering degree, then you're just some dumbass sticking wires together. Like they've really done a good job of demonizing all of these like most important segments of
Trades.
society. That like, yeah, the trades, that like the whole fucking infrastructure. Like they talk about infrastructure and Biden's infrastructure bill and everything that they passed. Like, you want to talk about infrastructure? If the trades stop existing, then everything stops existing. Like the whole thing falls apart.
The fall in like technology and infrastructure from the fall of Rome to like the Middle Ages is in some ways like overblown. It's because I have an affinity for the Middle Ages, but I think that this is probably something that you saw then too, where like Rome, the people of Rome got too comfortable and they didn't go into that sort of work, and things just started to fall apart.
I mean, that's why you saw like Rome had the aqueducts, and like they had one of the most advanced plumbing systems in history, and the whole thing fell into disrepair because nobody knew how to fix it. Nobody knew how to actually like keep it up. So yeah, I mean that's when you see civilization when you see civilization in decline and society on the verge of collapse, these are the things that you start seeing. It's like the water in Jackson, Mississippi is, I guess we should have been paying attention to it and seeing it coming a little more over the last 10 years. But
well, what's his name there? Cyprian or whatever. I don't know his name now. I mean, he was, talking about like the dim age, right? Like, here we go. And I think,
I did think it was,
right?
Talking about him, I did think it was kind of entertaining. He was on with Mark Claire on Lions of Liberty like a year and a half ago, and he was talking about how like for nuts and bolts and screws and stuff, like we have all of this technology, but nobody actually knows how it works. And I'm like, actually, I can like recreate all of that. Like I do know how the screws and like now, like, no, I can't take apart an iPhone and put it back together, but like all of the actual like normal mechanical type of stuff, or like building things, like I do know how all that stuff works. It's like I can tell you how to calculate your thread count and everything if you're.
But
is that a Twitter term, or is there?
He's talking about his sheets. Yeah, you can, right? And maybe some other people can, but like, by and large, like people can't. Kids don't.
You good?
Yeah.
Are you being robbed, or is
being held up at gunpoint by one of his kids?
Yeah, more or less. You let the dog in.
That dog. Is that the dog that the neighbor doesn't like?
No, not even.
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
I know you had a thought there. You're just not going to finish it, or
no. I just
okay. Just leave it there.
I have to be on.
He was saying, "I know how to do that stuff," but just because I know how to do that stuff doesn't mean that anybody else does.
That
like,
thought.
Yeah, that was the thought that you like trailed off on.
I need to find a guy for some things. Justin, will you be my? No, I don't want to finish this.
Don't,
Never mind.
Don't do that. Just let it go down.
We'll end it there.
Well, so like y'all
think
had
about it, like go look at a car, right? You can't fix a car now. Like you want to fix a car, you got to like really know what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like you can do some things, but half the things you got to take to the shop and have them reset a computer or fix a computer on it. You know what I mean? Like it's not just mechanical anymore, and I think that's where you're gonna fall apart.
And that's not that hard either, though. Like you can get a computer that's pretty easy to operate and reset on. And granted, again, that's me. Like the average dumbass probably has no fucking clue what to do with that, even if they did go and get the computer. Like they wouldn't know where to hook it up or what to do. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like I don't know. I took carpentry, auto mechanics, and machine shop, so I know how to run a mill and a lathe and make all this stuff, and I know how to like. I don't know if y'all have been following along, but like we've been posting pictures as we've been like gutting and renovating this house, and like I've done all of that. I've completely rebuilt this whole house basically, and there are a few things, like there's some plumbing stuff that didn't do. There's some plumbing stuff that I didn't do, not because I
Justin's
don't know.
not sure how to lay pipe.
Yeah, it's stuff that I didn't do, not because I don't know how to do it, but because I would rather pay somebody else to do it than go through the headache of it. But like
That's like sheetrock.
Like if plumbers didn't exist anymore, like if there were no plumbing companies within, calling distance that they could just drive out and come fix it this afternoon, I could fix this stuff myself. But if I can call that, like, that's the stuff that it's a convenience thing over a do I know how to do it thing. Like if I had to do it, I can do it. But if I can call somebody else and have them do it, then, it's worth as far as I'm concerned, it's worth the money to not have to waste the time on it.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Clyde's right.
Well,
Like, there's not
there's
that many people who like actually know how to do that stuff and can legitimately do it. Like if you stuck the average dumbass.
Well, there's not. Right. Like that. That's what I'm saying. That that the kids don't have that, and the ones that do, it's you're in the vast minority of it.
That's kind of sad.
Well, if we were to just, I know this won't happen because this is fantasy land.
Stop living in Capistan in your head, Mark.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
you were going with the title
this
of the show
wouldn't
a little
be
bit more.
this wouldn't be that. That's for sure. We can wipe away all of student loan debt and then like make it illegal to go into student loan debt from here on or whatever. Then people would have to go to trade schools. Some people.
I don't think so. I think trade schools would
Or apprentice.
I think you'd find out all of a sudden that the price goes up. Yeah. They get you in student loan debt.
Maybe.
There. I don't know. And I like the apprentice thing is kind of, it's tough, because like, you can go find it. Some people will, but you're also, you're training your competition, right? So it's kind of, I don't know.
Well,
sometimes you'd think.
You hear those horror stories, but at this point, like a lot of these guys who would be training the apprentice are like,
right, they're getting close
trying
to retirement.
They're trying to retire, or like I was saying, like they have already retired and been drugged back out of retirement because they can't retire because there's nobody else to do it. So like they're with the advancing age of most of the people who are in those fields, I think you would see a lot less of the whole like stop short of letting your apprentice actually get all the way like to be considered trained or certified, and they'd be trying to get them certified faster so that they can go ahead and retire and get the fuck out of it. That's just that's like my thought on it.
There's a guy around here, a local construction guy, and he built a business. Kid worked with him in high school. He went to college and did something in construction management. Got out of college and like bought the business from the guy. And now the guy, like, he retired for a couple of years, couldn't stand it, and came back. And now he helps the kid that bought the business from him. And it's like, okay, those kind of things are work. But I don't know, man.
Well, that's like my dad is a land appraiser.
Yeah.
And you have to have a certain amount of time as apprenticing for a certified appraiser to go into practice on your own. So that was something that Dad had been talking to me about several years ago, was like, if we're going to do this, like, we've got a time frame that we need to do it in, because I'm getting to the age here pretty quick that like, if we don't do it soon, we're not going to have enough time to do it, which my dad is like operating under the assumption that at 72 years old, he's just going to drop dead for no apparent reason. Because for some reason that seems to happen to about a third of the men in our family is at the age of 72. They just, for some reason, keel over.
It's not good.
It's a happy thought.
Yeah, there's we got a whole cemetery full of 72-year-olds.
72 is the cutoff, huh?
Yeah, that's
how
where
how old was Jefferson Davis?
I don't know. I'd have to do some research.
Wikipedia. They probably deleted Jefferson Davis.
Probably so. You can't actually have any historical information about Confederate figures because that's racist or something.
He was 81.
Yeah, he did all right. Maybe
He
it's
lived
the
till 1889. What did Jefferson Davis do after the war? Did he just like retire into?
I think he was independently wealthy prior to, so he
Yeah, I
probably
would
just
assume.
continued to live off of that. I don't know. We weren't that close.
No.
Did you pull up the link yet, Mark?
What? Wait, what?
There's a link. What are we linking?
When did you tell me
In
to
the
look
Twitter
up a link?
chat.
What is the link?
It's in the Twitter chat.
There are lots of things in there.
It's the most recent one. Jeez.
Oh, wrong thing. Oh my gosh, I'm not pulling. What is this?
What is it? I can't close this thing out.
I'm not.
I think you already
Pull
looked
it up
at it,
yet.
Justin.
I don't know if I want to pull this up.
It's the butt baby.
Oh God, no! Leave that alone.
Yeah. This...
I mean, I guess pull it up. Fuck it.
No.
Can men get pregnant?
No, but you can experience the birthing experience.
Man, these toys are expensive.
Shoving a silicone baby in your rectum. The crown's just like a real baby, apparently. According to the
once
the
you
very first of
stuffed
its
it up,
kind, the butt baby is a fully insertable, anatomically correct platinum silicone bundle of joy. The two sizes, a 9-inch and the bigger brother, and 13-inch. When inserted feet first, he will crown just like a real birthing baby boy.
yeah, but once you've already rammed that fucking thing up in there, then you've loosened up the butthole, so you're not getting the true like experience of the birth, because like especially for a first time mother, like it's never stretched like that before. At least I hope it hasn't. God,
I thought you were a swamp donkey.
But I mean, have you seen a baby's head? It's like a.
I have a couple children.
Yeah, see, I thought yours were adopted though.
Half of them.
They're half adopted, so you're gonna finish the adoption one of these days.
Yeah, maybe.
If they behave, you're like right now you're only half. Right now you're only half adopted. You got to earn the rest of it. Get out there and tend them goats.
Yeah.
Work your way into this family.
You're really not gonna pull that up, okay? It's like $300, man.
Yeah, and I saw those other toys. Those things are expensive.
Well, see, I didn't go that route.
Why would somebody spend $300 just to buy something that they stuff up their ass and then like shit it back out? That doesn't make any sense.
You could probably go to Martha's Vineyard and get a real one for like less than that.
A real baby?
Yeah.
I don't think those insert back in as well, though.
Yeah,
you're missing.
I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, there's a joke here, and it's going over both of our heads this time.
Yeah,
I don't back to the the folks that they sent up there.
I don't think I want to get this one.
Well, anything else, Clyde? I didn't get out to the start I wanted to against you.
Yeah. No,
I was hoping for at least like.
We're
15
projected about the same right now, so
yeah.
We'll see what happens, Mr. Mark. I think
I'm not worried, obviously.
You should be. It should be. Nothing would bring me more joy than to beat you and Justin and Dag and just hold that little thing over the head. I'd be okay with Down syndrome guy and everybody else beating me, but
who's Down syndrome guy?
That's the nutter.
Wow. Okay.
What's his like fourth down and.
Yes, his team name is Fourth Down Syndrome.
So
that's a good name.
Oops, drop my phone again.
Justin, who is your matchup this week?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I think I've got.
He already gave up after Clyde put such a beating on him. He's like, I'm done.
I got Goon this week. It's probably going to be. We're probably going to have another really close one. It's probably going to come down to Monday night again. I don't know.
What happened to your boy?
Who? Who's my boy?
Your quarterback.
I don't know. I didn't watch last night's game. I had every intention of watching it, and I sat down in bed with my phone, and I was going to pull it up, and then I woke up, and it was like 2:00 this morning. So like, I've been kind of having that happen here lately. I guess I've been burning the candle on both ends a little too much, and like I'll sit down, and then it's like I suddenly wake up 6 hours later.
Wow.
That might
It's
not
quite the
be
nap.
that
Sit
might not be
down
a
nap.
sleep thing. That might be like a bigger problem you should get looked at.
Yeah, maybe cut out the substances.
Yeah.
Coffee. That's like,
How is coffee putting you to sleep? This
I don't
is
know.
even more concerning.
I mean, that's my substance. I have coffee and I have a dip every once in a while. But
What are you putting there? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I like alcohol, but I don't think that's doing it.
What quarterback are you talking about?
Herbert.
Justin Herbert?
I had
Oh,
Herbert. How do you do last
he
night?
played on some broken ribs the last 2 drives, I think, last night. Like he was
He was
one armed.
beat up.
So what you're saying is I might be all right this week, but I'm probably fucked long term.
Yeah, I mean the coach said he's okay, but he didn't look like he should be out there forever,
No,
especially for
no,
the last
he
drive.
Well, damn it.
Yeah.
We'll see. He's a
That's
tough
why.
guy.
That's why you got.
Well, tune in tomorrow night for the night before, where it'll be me and Dag and another balding guy and another dude with red hair. It may not be the two that are on today's show, but we shall see.
I may be there. I don't know.
You should tell them to try to act like us. I want to see like what I am supposed to be in the eyes of the viewers here.
Okay,
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I would watch that.
that'd be fun.
I'm kind of afraid. Like I don't know. I just did a Clyde. I don't know.
I don't know. Are y'all,
guys.
are y'all gonna be on? Are y'all gonna be on tomorrow or what? Because if y'all are
I don't
actually
know,
gonna
man.
if you're
It
actually
kinda
gonna show up,
depends, man.
if you're actually going to show up, I'm not going to invite the other people. But if you do, or I mean, I guess I could just invite everybody, and we could do this.
Yeah,
We
if we
could
show up, you
actually
just
do this
drop
Brady
them out.
Bunch style.
Like
Whatever.
the draft night that Clyde was not a part of.
Hey, I was watching Fried Green Tomatoes.
Why? Why? How is that better than doing the draft with us?
You tell me. I'll let you answer that question.
Did you get laid afterwards?
I don't recall.
Then how is it better than unless you know you're getting laid afterwards? There's no point. Like that's kind of how I make my decisions. Like
See, but I appreciate my family.
I appreciate my family when they
You
leave me
saw him.
alone.
He told them that he loved them when they went off to school.
Yeah,
I did.
It was real heartfelt too.
It's a very
As
wholesome
he,
moment.
as he debates hitting his son as he crosses in front of the truck. Yeah.
Oh,
Always
y'all
watch in
couldn't.
front of the car.
Y'all couldn't
I hate
see it
this son
because
of
the
a bitch.
steering wheel was in the way. But like, I gave my daughter a hug and kiss and told her I loved her before she got out of the truck. Like, I actually like her.
Yeah. You might
him
not,
not so
you
much.
might not want to admit to doing those things with your daughter.
Are they in a Kentucky school district or Indiana?
Indiana.
Okay. I feel like it's more. It happens more in Kentucky, the whole family stuff. But
Eastern Kentucky. That's Eastern Kentucky.
oh, okay, near Appalachia.
Yes.
Makes sense. Well, I mean, we got a minute.
Fuck it. Just run the outro.
Why?
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.